Alright, hey there Prox Gaming Crew, and this is Proxify here, and I'm back once again for another Let's Play of Zack and Wiki. And if you did miss out during the last one, well, we just went and head on to Captain Rose's pirate ship and had to battle out with a said Kraken. And now what we're going to have to go and do now is start to reach out to the next area known as Treasure Island, which that it does actually hold out on a said type of mission that is going to be known as Barbaros Land. Now, we did go and see Barbaros dive into some sort of weird whirlpool area, which that has basically taken us here to the said Barbaros Land that we're going to be up and coming up here pretty soon. Now, for what this whole level is going to entail is that we are going to have to use all of our different skills that we have went and put through the test from all other different previous places, such as within the volcano cavern, with the frozen temple, with the whole jungle ruins area. We're going to have to do all of the type of skills that's going to happen here. Now, there is going to be a lot of game overs that will potentially happen in this one, because this area is going to be somewhat, again, infuriating in a way, because what we're going to have to go and face off with these said type of new enemies here is we are going to be fighting with some different type of pirate skeletons, and these guys actually do have weapons of their own. Now, if you guys recall from before, we never really had that much of a said type of weapon all that too much, and we never really got to go and combat to some of these different enemies in a type of fighting style. Well, now we're actually going to have to do that here in this particular level. And now you do have 3 attempts with these said type of pirate skeletons, but for me, for how I normally go and do this particular level is that I don't really go out of my way to fight them, because with me and how to use a Wiimote is not really the best type of use that I have. And normally I wouldn't know how to go and really go out of my way to use these said type of Wiimotes to go and battle out with any type of enemies that will have to have like some sort of draw attack. But that's why, like, if you guys remember back in my Skyward Sword series, I actually went and used a full-on Pro controller, because I could not actually go out of my way to use a set type of Joy-Con at all, because of how bad I was trying to use motion control on that. So, if you don't want to have to go and fight with these guys, there's other different methods to go and do that, and we will be showing that here. Now, what's going to happen at the very beginning, though, is that Barbaros is going to take Wiki away from us, so we won't be able to have our bell functionality, just like what happened before when we went and battled out with Frost Breath here. So, unfortunately, it seems like we're going to have to kind of do this only with Zack style within a way, but I will show you guys how that we can go through this area without hopefully not trying to screw up all that too much. Now, there is going to be a particular area that I do constantly lose throughout here, and you guys may probably have the same type of way as well. I have lost about 7 different platinum tickets within this video, which you guys will be at least somewhat seeing throughout our way out here, because once you go and meet up with Barbaros, like within face-to-face type of time, that's where you're going to have to be in a situation where you could potentially run into a game over, but I'll show that when that happens. But here we go. So we got ourselves somewhat of a big, huge, lengthy type of size puzzle here. Now, this could take you quite a while, but since I already know how to do a little bit of this, it won't really take us all that too much amount of time. So right now, what we're currently are trapped in this type of jail cell for the time being, but what we're going to first go and do is pull on this type of rope, and it's going to follow us all the way down to here. Now, make sure that you rapidly go and click onto that, because you will fall down into some said spikes, and that would not be good for us. So what we're going to have to go and do is pick up with this set type of chalice that's here, and we're actually going to go and use the set type of elevator. Now, before you go and start walking around, we got pirate skeletons that are going to be showing up around within this area, and there is going to be some places where you can go and kind of put yourself into a disguise. There is one area just right down below from us that we could go and do that, and I think there's also another one as well too that we will be somewhat using here. Now, make sure that you don't go and actually walk around within the area where that guy's going to be waking up, because if he does wake up and he does see you, he will basically call out the said type of pirate, within the actual said pirate skeletons, and they will try to attack you and get yourself into a game over. Now, this part is really annoying, because you are going to have to at least somewhat kind of fill up your chalice here with all these type of gold stuff, and like you kind of have to hear your Wiimote kind of shake a little bit to kind of let you know that you have all that type of gold stuff that's coming through. Now, what we're going to actually have to go and do with that is that we're going to have to go and head all the way down to the far right within this floor, and we're going to actually have to go and meet up with one of these set type of ice statues out here, and we are going to have to kind of put them to a permanent type of type of situation where he is not going to be able to attack or anything. So what we're going to have to do is do this very annoying, dreaded freaking puzzle right here. I had to go and take several amount of times to go and do this from before when I went and first played through that game, and it's all about judging of the wind. So if you ever went to play through Wind Waker before, just remind yourself how annoying that this one is going to be, because you are going to have to basically align yourself up where the wind is going to point directly to that said statue. You do not want it to be pointing over to the diagonal way or coming right back at you. I don't know what would happen if it actually sends it right back at you, but this poll is going to be meant for something later, but we're not going to do that right now as we speak. For what we're going to actually have to go and do at this moment in time is that we are going to have to go and interact with one of these set type of vases here. Now, we are going to have to at least somewhat knock out with one of our first type of said pirate skeletons, and that's going to be right around in this location. Now, just wait until the right moment until you go and drop out on that said type of vase there, and you should be able to get yourself a nice good reward. So you do have multiple chances, by the way. Now, I don't know what would happen if you actually lose out on all your different vases. I think you will have to kind of somewhat sneak yourself around within there. But you want to make sure that you at least knock out majority of the said skeletons that are going to be around within here, because it will cause you some grief. So we are going to go and shake around with this skeleton guy here. Now make sure that you actually drop it in a way, because I'm pretty certain that if you don't shake it in the way that it's properly shaken, you will actually lose out on some Harame IQ points. So you don't really want to be doing that. So just make sure that you line it up perfectly. Now we are going to be picking up with that lighter a little bit later for right now, but we are just going to leave it for the time being. Now you can go and interact with Captain Rose and the rest of the goons that are there, and kind of get a little bit of a funny little segment going on between the two. And now what we're going to actually go and do is actually head up into one of these anti-gravity set levels. Yes, we got a little bit of some Mario Galaxy out here. So what we're going to actually have to head around within this area is just be careful of said skeletons that are going to be walking around within this way. And there is a spot where you can go into disguise mode, and we're going to probably be showing that off here. So there you go. It's kind of funny just to kind of see Zack kind of act like one of those type of statues. But yes, as you guys are going to see right now, there is one of those set type of spiral skeletons, which we don't really have a set type of weapon yet. We will be getting a sword soon, which you can go and fight them. But you do have 3 chances to be able to whack them down, because I guess that's what their kind of health bar is. But you also have 3 health as well. And if you do get hit all 3 times, it is going to be game over, and you will have to use a set type of platinum ticket. For me, I don't actually go and battle them, because I already went and let you guys know about how bad I am when it comes to Wiimote functionality out here. I'm not going to even worry about doing that myself. So we're just going to have to kind of play a little bit of some Metal Gear Solid as we go along. So don't walk, well actually we're going to kind of have to walk where he's going to be, but don't be in the line of sight, because he will chase on after you though. But what we are going to do is actually pick up with the set type of sword that's going to be here first. So we're going to pick that guy up, and we're actually going to head back over just a little bit further back to where we were the last time, but we're going to be heading all the way up into a upper level here, and you can see that there's going to be some sort of rope in the way. Well, we're actually going to cut that down, and that's actually create us a said type of path. So once we go and do that, it will actually create a little bit of a pathway, and that is our detour spot to run away from these said type of skeletons, because we don't really want to be interacting with these guys or even seeing them at all. Now, what we're going to have to do here is returning back into this type of area. We do have a set type of boulder in the way. Now, this is where that set type of spiral skeleton was kind of walking around in that upper area that we were doing. Well, we're around within this way, but we're going to be seeing another pirate skeleton right down below where we're going to be. And we're just going to have to kind of wait until he actually shows up here and just waggle your, kind of waggle the boulder as best as you can. And hopefully at some point you can actually just drop him right on his head. And if you can do that, that will take care of that skeleton permanently and have no type of skeletons down below on that bottom floor at all whatsoever. Now, there is a set type of little gravel rock right there, but we're not going to really worry about that yet. That's actually meant for a set type of a snake situation that we'll have to be doing later. So right now I'm actually grabbing out with the pole, and we're actually heading down over to the way where we're gonna have to reach down to where that detour rope spot was at. Well, what we're gonna have to do is a very annoying set puzzle as well, and this is all about balance. Make sure that you are balanced here. Now there is no set game over, but I'm pretty certain that you should be somewhat okay, because like if you just fall down somewhere, I don't think it's gonna be all that too much of a problem. But just make sure that you have everything balanced and just reach on over to that boat, because we are going to have to go and get that said fan that's going to be all the way over to there. And what's going to happen is that once we actually go and get that said fan, it's going to head all the way directly right back here to this treasure island. And we're going to have to smash right on into it, which there's going to be some interesting type of pieces or other set items that will be falling around within this area. So, let's just go in and try to make sure that we reach all the way over to there. So very nice. We got a nice, good, wonderful going on. So now we're going to go and basically not really use this said pole anymore, but we are going to pull out the said fan. And there we go. And now what we're going to do is just keep on flapping until we can't flap no more. So that's what we're going to happen out here first. All right, here we go. Now just make sure that you kind of align with everything properly, and just like that, now some items has fallen down. Now we got ourselves with a king's type of hat right there, or like a crown. We actually do have a golden sword, which that's actually somewhat nice for you to have in a way, because instead of us having the rusty sword, this golden sword actually does have 2 chances to actually be survived within a set type of pirate skeleton battle. So if you do lose out on a set type of battle within one of them, you can actually go and repeat the set fight, and then you'll do have another 3 chances to go and do that again. But we're only going to be battling out with one type of said pirate skeleton, and that's going to be for what the main story is going to be. And that's going to be right on over here. So make sure that you actually have your lighter with you, because we're going to kind of do things a little bit in a much more easier type of way. Because if you keep on going back here to the same bridge and keep on battling out with these said type of skeletons, it's just going to be for a limited amount of times, and that's not what we want to go and do. So we're going to be bringing out one of the first of many skeletons here, and we're going to run away. So let's not even go and worry about that for right now. So what we're going to do is actually grab out with one of these guys over here with our said lighter, and meet up with this type of said fire torch, or one of these type of sticks that's going to be here to create a said type of torch. Now what we're going to do is that there is a said frog somewhere within this area, and we're going to have to kind of make his house a little bit warm so that he can somewhat get on out of here, because we're going to have to kind of use that bomb to at least get Wiki back. So let's go and do that there. So now the frog has woken up from his little slumber here, and he's wondering, why is everything so hot? So he's going to head all the way back up to something a little bit colder. And now he's going to be chilling up there. But now what we're going to have to do is pick up with the said type of gravel rock that's going to be here. And now we're going to head all the way up into this spot, back to where the sword was at that we went and originally picked up with. And make sure that you don't drop the rock on top of the skeleton's head here. I'm pretty sure you could go and do that, but you want to line it up properly where you can just hit the snake's head and get him all unconscious out here. So that's what we're going to go and try and do. So just wait until your right exact moment, and I think you just have to kind of just move it off to a little bit to the right. And you should be able to at least drop it right there. And I think just like that, we already got him. So pretty nice. First attempt already pretty much worked out there. Alright, so now we just have to go and head all the way down. Make sure that we go and pick him up. I don't think there is like a time limit or anything with, well, for what the snake is. He is going to be confused. So now we're just going to just drop him down there to where the frog is. Just like how we did before back in the Frozen Temple. We went and scared this guy away, right? So we're going to scare him again, just like how we did before. And now he's going to be heading all the way over to where Wiki's going to be. So we'll let the frog go and run all the way over to there. And now we're all the way back over at the bridge. Now we're going to actually have to do as Pirate said duel. Now, mind you, I'm not really the best when it comes to this. So, mind you, I am super horrible to it. But just keep on battling as best as you can. Hopefully you can at least get something out of your way. And mind you, I'm pretty certain that here for this type of said battle, I don't think you'll actually run into too much of a game over. It's just by the other said skeletons that you can. So just keep on battling them until you actually get a hit. So there we go. And after a little bit of some time, we finally went and destroyed them. And that's all that we need to do. That is the only one skeleton that we are worrying about. That's a skeleton I'm pretty certain does not actually give you a game over, but the rest of them actually do if you want to go and fight them. So now what has happened is that we got the skeleton that's all working on over here to the bridge, but now he's got a bomb that's over there. Now, unfortunately, for what we're gonna have to go and do, and I forgot about how this is supposed to work, is that yeah, unfortunately, I'm just sitting out there, just like not even doing anything, and this is where, unfortunately, Barbaros is gonna create us into a said type of into a somewhat of a totem there. But what we technically have to go and do is actually pull on the cord here and then make him tip over, then actually give him the fake bell that's going to be there. And that took me 7 times. I'm not joking, because I had to go and come back to somewhat place that bell just to make sure how I'm going to be able to angle that properly. And trying to trip Barbaros is somewhat really annoying for that to happen. So just keep on waggling the wiki bell as best as you can, and at some point he will transform himself back into a skeleton form. So there we go, just keep on shaking it, and I believe he will now go and turn himself into a skeleton form and fall right into the water down below. So very nice. Alright, so now, as you guys go to see, there is a set type of spot that will be here for another set type of pirate skeleton totem to be able to head all the way up there, and we are going to have to do that. But since Wiki is now finally with us once again, it's pretty much happy that we have him back. Yeah, so technically this game is not really done just yet, even though that it was somewhat of a happy type of time to at least somewhat get to see Wiki back. Alright, so now we got one of these type of skeleton dudes. Gonna move him all the way over to where that little pistol is, and that is where we can meet up with the type of snake. And this is where we can get these slither grippers again. Now, this is going to be another set game over as well, because once you do go and pick up the slither grippers, you will have to go and return all the way back to where Captain Rose is going to be with her goons. And that's going to be all the way over at back when we went and first got ourselves into where that jail cell was at. And you want to make sure that you actually turn them into a totem and not actually into their normal human forms, because you will actually give yourself a game over. Now, during our adventure, you will get to see that there is going to be a set type of golden bird there. But yeah, we want to make sure that we actually go and turn these guys into their totem form, because when we go and actually head all the way over here to the said other switch, that's actually going to drop them down to where the spike is. But this time, with them actually being in a totem size, they're actually going to kind of roll on down into the area that we saw that Barbaros was at, same with Wiki. And this is where you want to make sure that you have some precise type of stuff that's going to go on here, because I know that for me, this had to at least take me a little bit of some time to kind of figure out how the slither gripper is going to work on this. So there we go, just like that. Pull it down carefully, and there you go. And you let all the goons and Captain Rose go and sit themselves all the way down there. So very nice. So let's go and head back over to there and try to shake everybody else up. Yeah, we don't really need to worry about having the snake, but either way, let's go and make sure that the other totem is going to get himself revived up here. So there we go. So now everybody's back. And we are going to have to go and get that said barrel that Johnny was at originally from before. And we're actually going to take that with us, because that's how we're going to be able to get ourselves on out of this island here for the time being. Or I should say out of Barbaros Land here. So yeah, it looks like everybody has to go and jump into the barrel. So let's go and do that. So yeah, they're going to take a little bit of some time to get it all the way over to that elevator, but just like how we did before, we are going to have to activate that set switch again to get the elevator moving. It seems like that's the only type of way to at least somewhat get it all going up there for. Now, we are doing Echoes of Wisdom. I don't know if I already went and said, but that's going to be within the 2 videos for today, so hope you guys do go and check it on that. I know that currently right now we are heading into the Rift area for the Hyrule Castle, which that should be pretty fun. And I can't wait till I see what type of boss is going to be lurking within that area at some point there. I know that we have to go try to rescue with the king, and hopefully at that point we can then go and actually use the set amiibo outfits later on within the within the midway point of that game. So head on into the barrel and let's go and take a little bit of a nice good ride on out of here. And I'm pretty sure that we should also be seeing the said legendary pirate ship that Barbaros has, which I don't know. We could actually be able to have that alongside with us for our finale journey that's going to be here. And this area does contain on a lot of coins, so if you are a little bit short on cash and you went out of your way to buy out a lot of different platinum tickets, or if you went and used Maddie for quite a while, you will be able to replenish some of your different gold all the way back for you if you ever do need to. So we even keep on going up a little bit more further than it needs to be. Everybody is happy that they get to see the legendary ship. The one that Barbaros has been talking about ever since episode 1. Alright, well anyways, I'm going to go and end this off here for today. I think I'm just going to kind of let this video go and play itself out while we're getting on out of here. Thank you guys so much for going and stopping by out here for Zack and Wiki. We still got a little bit more to go, so the finale is still going to be coming around the corner, but just not yet. And I'll see you guys then, and of course, peace.